Hello, I'm Roy Whiffin, and this is Roy's Rant for the last day of rodeo. So I hope everybody that wanted to go enjoyed everything. George Strait is the last act. I've seen George Strait so many times I feel like he's a distant cousin. But anyway, back to our area. Over a year ago, a police officer from Stafford got a request to check out a crossing, two minor roads in Sugar Creek, which he did. And around that time, I had a friend from Ecuador, a lady in her late 60s, visiting, and she came up the road and she says she stopped, and I believe her. This police officer says she didn't. And being that she comes from a different country, she wasn't sure. In that particular country, the police aren't very nice, and so she got very worried. And this particular officer led her to tears. I got the phone call and went up there and had to try and console her. And this guy had absolutely no compassion whatsoever. I'm going to write a ticket, and that's all there is to it. And so she got the ticket and she paid the ticket, and we thought it went away. About 9 months later, I'm coming down the same road, a road I've come down for nearly 30 years. And I stop and I start, and all of a sudden the same police officer and his little three-wheeled tricycle stops me and said that I rolled over the stop sign. I said, no, I didn't. I stopped. You could see that the hood went down, the hood went up, and I went forward. You didn't come to a complete stop. Now, the Webster's Dictionary, when you look up the word stop, it says a pause for a brief period of time. No specifics are given. So I decided that I would go to court and challenge this. And I said about the officer, I thought he was being pragmatic and that he was overstepping the line. And I was browbeaten by the prosecutor and the judge, who wouldn't even let me state my case to any great extent. And so I got fined. Last week, now I've got a very distinctive vehicle. It's 17 feet long, it's very light tan, it's got a ragtop roof. You can't miss it wherever you are. I'm coming around the back of the fountains there, and I stop and then go on. Once again, this police officer and his little tricycle, Officer Cartwright, comes up, said, you didn't stop on the line. Now, I've got 8 feet of car in front of my steering wheel. And I said, I didn't stop on the line? He said, no. I said, and I didn't stop before the line. He said, no, you stopped after the line. And I understand that, except that when I was at the court, there was an Asian lady there who the video showed that she stopped 4 feet before the line, and they still fined her. This is Stafford Police. Now, I have had very, very good relations with the Sugarland Police, no problems whatsoever. On a couple of occasions I've been stopped and been given a warning and advised of what I did wrong. By the way, once you get behind the wheel, you can, in a single day, make 300 odd deals that you could be stopped for. 300. It's unbelievable. But anyway, he stopped me and said that I was over the line. And I am of the opinion that he saw my car and he thought, you know, you took me to court last time, I'm going to get you back. Now, I say that because I am very positive. I am very cognizant of the good jobs that the police do. And I've said before that my son is a police officer in England, so I have great respect for everything. But this particular officer, Officer Cartwright, he actually, in Sugar Creek, stayed on that two minor roads for a year. And he got most of the retired people, he caught them in the Sugar Creek area. Now, I'm not saying that this officer, because he's African American, but most of Sugar Creek is the white population, 95% of it. And he stayed there of his own volition for a year. I contacted the station officer and he said that on that particular Friday I got caught, that there were 37 violations in front of him. So anyway, that's that. It's just me venting this week. Make sure you attend. It's very important that you make your feelings known for Sugarland. These people, whoever gets elected, are going to be in charge for up to 8 years. So very important. One of the things that went through the city this week was that the fire officers were going to have physical and their jabs, etc. Now, I have said in the past that our fire officers, we haven't got enough, but and they do a fabulous job. But I was absolutely amazed that this medical deal was going to cost nearly $500 per officer. $500 for a medical checkup. When I had my heart checkup, it cost me $50. I've just been to have my annual medical through the insurance, and all I'll have to pay is about $35. I don't understand why these officers, and obviously the city has insurance, are having to pay $500. And then finally, this week, something that I've been saying time and time again. We know that our mayor works for a company that does business with the city. And this week, the city approved a contract with the mayor's company for $500,000, $500,000. I'd like to know if the mayor ever gets a Christmas bonus. Really would. It doesn't smell right. It really doesn't. But there you go. So that's it this week. As I say, keep checking up on your people that are running for city council. Very, very important. And I'll see you next week with God's blessing. Bye.